regular meeting of the City of Coolidge City Council, June 22nd, 2020, meeting to order. Call this meeting to order. Invocation, is Pastor Rick Cox here?
He is not, Mayor.
Okay, we'll move past that, and I would ask that everyone stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Norma, would you call the roll, please?
Councilmember Jimmy Walker. Councilmember Tina Kaufman.
Here.
Councilmember Steve Hudson. Mayor John Thompson.
Here.
Vice Mayor Jackie Henry.
Here.
Councilmember Ben Navarro.
Here.
And Councilmember Tatiana Murrieta. We have a quorum, Mayor.
Thank you. Okay, we have no presentations. We'll move into a public hearing under item number 4. Receive public comment. Oh, hold on. Don't want to get yelled at by Dennis. Receive public comments regarding the use of the FY 2020 Federal Community Development Block Grant funds from the Arizona Department of Housing's regional account and the State Special Projects account. Public hearing. Mr. Felice, good evening.
Good evening.
It's good to see you.
You too, Mayor.
Thank you, sir.
Good evening, Mayor Thompson and Council. This hearing is to receive comments and answer questions on the annual application process to apply for fiscal year 2019 CDBG funds. The city intends to apply for regional account funds through Central Arizona Governments in the amount of $74,522. This application is due to CAG on August 1st. In 2021, the city will be eligible to apply for up to $350,000 in the competitive CDBG State Special Project application process through Arizona Department of Housing. This is the second of 2 public hearings held to determine the use of FY 2019 CDBG funds. In the first public hearing held May 13th, the only potential project mentioned was owner-occupied housing rehabilitation, which has been the city's chosen use of CDBG funding for the past several years. Having had housing rehabilitation as the only recommended project at the first public hearing, it was decided to recommend this activity for approval later tonight. Later on, of course, as I said, you'll be asked to vote on this activity for the regional account and state special project applications. Comments or questions?
Mr. Felix, is there currently a waiting list?
Yes, there is, sir. About almost 40.
Almost 40?
Yes.
And you don't really look into qualifications until there's money, until there's funding?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you got all the money that, what did I see, 7? If you got all the money that you went after for the, on these grants, you could do up to 7 properties?
Probably about 7, yeah.
Probably about 7?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. This is a public hearing. If anybody has any comments or anything they want to say, please step forward. All right. I don't see anybody stepping forward. You have nothing else, Mr. Felix?
No, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mayor and Council.
All right. We don't need any other action. Well, I'll move out of the public hearing and move into business items for consent. Is there any items that any of the council want pulled off of the consent agenda for individual consideration?
No.
No. Whew. Okay, well,
Want another bottle of water?
I might need it. Here we go. Norma really fixed me up this time. Thanks, Norma. All right. Here we go. Item number 5. Resolution number 20-10. A resolution of the mayor and the city council of the city of Coolidge, Arizona, designating the chief fiscal officer authorized to file financial documents on behalf of the city of Coolidge. Item 6. Consider approval of the letter of agreement for professional services with Ms. Janet Minato for the purpose of providing public defender services to the city's municipal court beginning July 1st, 2020 through June 30th, 2021. 7, consider approval of the letter of agreement for professional services with Fitzgibbons Law Offices, PLC, for the purpose of providing legal services to the city through June 30th, 2021. Item 8, consider approval of entering into city magistrate contract between the City of Coolidge and Elisa Georgie Garcia for an additional 2 years beginning July 1st, 2020 through June 30th, 2022. Item 9, resolution number 2011. A resolution of the mayor and the city council of the City of Coolidge, Pinal County, Arizona, adopting a policy and prescribing procedures for purchasing from the mayor and any member of the council. Item 10, consider approval of amending the city's current salary plan for fiscal year 2020-2021. Item 11, consider approval of entering into a maintenance service agreement and addendum between Gocero and the City of Coolidge Police Department for continued maintenance service of the Police Department Dispatch Center recording equipment for radio and phones for the Police Department. Item 12, consider approval of entering into a CenturyLink agreement for change of responsibility of account and assignment of contracted service between the Arizona Department of Public Safety, Coolidge Police Department, and Quest Corporation doing business as CenturyLink QC in order to transfer ownership of the billing on the Arizona Criminal Justice Information Infrastructure. Item 13, consider award of bid to the RWC Group, Tucson, in the amount of $27,047.84 for the replacement and installation of one 7.6L Max Force DT diesel engine for the Central Arizona Regional Transit CART, utilizing ADOT 5311 grant funding. Item 14, consider approval of entering into First Amendment to the construction contract change orders number 1 and 2 between the City of Coolidge and Bannicky Construction, Inc. for the runway 5-23 reconstruction and lighting project at the Coolidge Municipal Airport. Item 15, consider approval of applying for Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security CARES Act funding in the amount of $1,507,410, authorizing the city manager to execute the necessary documents, and approval to expend said funds towards public safety salaries and benefits. Okay. All right, I guess, do we need a motion?
Mayor, I move to approve item 5 through 15 as read.
I second it.
Okay, Norma.
Councilmember Navarro,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Henry,
Yes.
Councilmember Kaufman,
Yes.
and Mayor Thompson.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we'll move into business under regular items. Resolution number 20-12, a resolution of the mayor and the city council of the City of Coolidge, Arizona, authorizing the submission of an application for the FY 2020 State Community Development Block Grant Funds, certifying that said applications meet the community's previously identified housing and community development needs and the requirements of the state CDBG program, and authorizing all actions necessary to implement and complete the activities outlined in said application. Mr. Felix?
Nothing more to add, Mayor and Council. This is just the action item regarding the previously held public hearing
Okay.
and the recommendation for the housing rehabilitation, use of funds for housing rehabilitation.
Thank you, sir. Is there anything further on that? Any questions?
I did have one question on that. The people receiving the money and everything for the rehabs of their house, are there any background checks or anything done on them?
No, that's not required of the program. As far as, are you talking about criminal background?
Criminal background, just if there was any felonies, I didn't know if that affected the
No, it
grant or
doesn't.
anything like that.
No, it's not something that's required at this time.
Okay.
We don't. Anything else? No? Okay, if there's nothing further, I need a motion to act.
Mr. Mayor, I move to approve resolution number 20-12 is read.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, there's a motion and a second. Norma?
Vice Mayor Henry,
Yes.
Councilmember Navarro,
Yes.
Councilmember Kaufman,
Yes.
and Mayor Thompson.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you. Okay, thank you, Ernie.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure to serve you.
Well, this could be the last one for you, huh?
It very well could be.
Oh, my
and I
gosh.
just,
Well, you know what? I don't know. May still be here.
well, as a full-time employee.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
All right.
and I want to thank City Manager Miller and Development Services Director Lopez, and especially Finance Manager Garcia for bringing me here and allowing me to serve my last few years in state service here. And that's a hard thing for a dyed-in-the-wool Florence guy to say.
Well, that's true. And if we can steal one, we're going to get you a Coolidge Bears jersey before.
Oh,
so you can wear a winning jersey for the next couple of years.
Oh, not to light a fire?
No. You can come to the bonfire after we beat them again this year.
Thanks,
No
sir.
problem. Thanks, Aaron. We appreciate your service. You did a good job. Okay, item 17. Oh, did we voted, didn't we? Okay. Item 17, consider approval of the notice of intent to establish rental fees for the use of the Artisan Village and approval to publish such fees on the city's website for a period of 60 days as required by ARS 9499.15. Discussion only.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Council. It's a pleasure to be here tonight. So, as you know, we're in the process of acquiring the Artisan Village or taking over the lease. People are inquiring about renting out different spaces within that facility. The city, however, cannot charge anybody anything until we post our fees for 60 days, then come back to you guys to approve those fees. The fees outlined on the cover sheet that was put through MinuteTrack are the same exact fees that we hold at the youth center, the adult center, the women's club, and all the city facilities we currently rent now. So it's right in line with every other facility that we rent out to the public, and we're asking that we just keep those same fees, or we're asking that you let us post these fees and come back in 60 days and hopefully get them approved. I'm available to answer any questions.
Does anybody have any questions?
No.
Ricky, none of these are for like yearly.
No, none of it would be an ongoing lease, because then we'd have to go out for RFP to various organizations. We're not looking to do that. We don't want to do that. These would just be if someone wants to rent it some evening or weekend for a party. Right, exactly.
That's
Yep.
what I wondered, because I
Yeah.
wondered if we did a market analysis. I
No,
wondered if we did and checked, but we don't.
no, that's a whole nother animal if we were going to go down that road.
All right. Okay, if that's the case, then this is just for like a day or whatever.
Right, a day, an evening for a party or a get together.
Okay. Okay. Anybody have any questions? Yeah. All right. We don't have anybody on the phone anymore, do we, Norma?
We do not, Mayor.
Okay. In that case, then I need a motion to do something.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion to approve item 7 as read, or item 17 as read.
Is there a second? Okay. Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Thank you.
Opposed? All right, thank you, that carries. Item 18, consider approval of entering into a memorandum of understanding between Pinal County and the City of Coolidge Public Works Department to allow use of Pinal County facilities and equipment to fabricate street and traffic signs for the City of Coolidge. Good evening, Matt.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, Madam Vice Mayor, members of the council. I appreciate the time. This item that we're bringing before you is following up with the discussion that we've had with Pinal County. They have a sign shop that they use to fabricate their own signs. 5 years ago, we replaced all of our street signs and some of the regulatory signs, and we have some of those that need to be replaced again through vandalism, through damage, through whatever reason the signs are no longer there. And we've talked to Pinal County and asked them if they would be amenable to fabricating the signs for us at their cost, at our cost for the materials and the staff time. They are in agreement with it, and we're bringing this to you for official action.
And this will be quicker and less expensive.
It will be quicker and less expensive,
according to
and
what
we
I'm
will be
reading
able
here.
to get our street signs probably within 2 weeks of the notice, and then in another week for the actual pickup.
And we have the manpower to do this, Matt, or are they doing it, or are we doing it?
They're doing it, and the way that the memorandum of understanding reads right now is we will pay for the materials and the staff time to do that. Even doing so that way is still cheaper than us purchasing them from a third-party vendor.
Okay, sounds good. Questions? Nope. All right, then I need a motion to act.
Mayor, move to approve item number 18 as read.
Second.
Okay, the motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, thank you, Matt.
Thank you.
Item 19, consider approval to use capital sales tax funds and utilizing existing funds from the sale of R-534 to purchase and refurbish one 2005 Pierce Saber fire apparatus for $232,597 and waiving the sealed bid requirements in the best interest of the city. Good evening, Chief.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor Henry, and City Council. As you've all know, well, we've seen this project several times already. Last City Council meeting, the Fire Department was instructed to form a committee and make a recommendation to the City Council as far as what would be in the best interest of the city. This is what we're doing this evening. The committee that convened came to a unanimous decision that the 2005 Pierce Saber would be the best vehicle for the purchase, for the money, and for long-term use for the growth of the city. As in your packet, you have all the bid sheets and the votes from all the committee members. The council also wanted a list of the needed repairs within the city of the current fleet. And I'll be happy to answer any questions that you may have on that.
Okay, I see. The bid sheet I'm looking at for the repairs, we've already been over the 2005 vehicle a few times.
We have.
So, as I look at these repairs, this will get, the one, especially the one I'm concerned with, is the L531, Chief.
Yes.
You know, if you're gonna lift me up in the air, I want to make sure that everything doesn't leak out before I get a chance to come down without a.
That's usually the plan when we put somebody on a ladder. Yes.
So as I look at these costs, I mean, the total cost to fix them, even if it was the most expensive, doesn't seem too bad to me.
It's really not. The fleet that we have, and I will give a lot of credit to our Public Works Department. They have done a wonderful job keeping our vehicles up to date and repaired to the best of their abilities. out of all of our vehicles that need repairs, the highest amount that we really need would be about $32,550, and that's to repair everything at the top cost of what it would cost. Because some of these repairs will need to go to third-party vendors to get fixed.
Well, since they don't fit in our shop, I would imagine some of them will.
That is correct. We have a couple that will not fit in.
Okay, well, I thank you for this. Now we know. I had no idea, but now we know. So I think we can do something about it. So, but that's not on here tonight. But I appreciate you getting this to us, because now I think we can take care of something. It's not on the agenda, but I just wanted you to know I'm sure the other members appreciate this. So we will look into this, and it will probably come back around, I'm sure, fairly quickly.
Okay.
But now we're dealing with the fire truck. So
Yes.
does anybody have anything they want to say? Any questions? Any comments? Start down here, Tina.
Well, I know there was a bit of a communication conversation last meeting about refurbing the existing one or going for the bid of this 2005. This is going to, with this unit, we're going to get an additional 5 years of service. They're hoping over the older one.
We're actually hoping for an additional 10 years.
5 to 10.
We're looking at hopefully a 15 to 20-year vehicle out of this refurbishment. According to Fire Trucks Unlimited, like we said before, when they do a full refurbishment of this type, it basically resets the life of the vehicle.
Okay, that's what I thought. It was 15 to 20, but
Yes.
I wanted to confirm. Thank you.
No, I looked over the laundry list of stuff that they're going to replace. They're going through that thing bumper to bumper. It's
They are.
practically everything on it. And so the warranty is good for 1 year for everything that they touch, and they're touching pretty much everything. So it should be as new a truck as you can get for being a 2005.
That is correct. And I do have, I've been in email contact with the vice president of the company quite a bit over the past few months, and I do have written confirmation that on the because I know a couple of the big items that everybody's concerned about are the engine and the transmission and the pump. All of these items will be pulled out of the vehicle. The engine is going to be rebuilt. That's a given for sure. The transmission is going to be pulled and dyno tested, and they've already said that if it doesn't pass the dyno test, they will do the rebuild at their cost, meaning they'll pick up the cost for that. The pump is going to be pulled out and re-gone through. So the three major components of any fire truck will be pulled and refurbished. All the rest of it is going to be basically cosmetic and functionality issues.
I also saw that the committee, like you already said, it was all unanimous. So I was glad to see
Yes.
that everybody agreed on this, and there wasn't some wanted this one, some wanted this one. So everybody seems to be happy with this choice.
But it was actually a very good committee meeting. Some very good discussions. We presented every detail about every vehicle. We discussed what our needs were. I gave them information on some of the growth that is happening within Coolidge and our need for expansion of our fleet. And we all came to the agreement that this would be the best option for us.
And do you feel good about this?
I do.
This vehicle?
I do. I feel very good about this vehicle. This is actually this is a much better option than the 92 that I originally had proposed. At the time that I proposed it, this option wasn't even available. But now that it is much better than the one that we have.
All right. That's all I have.
I would like to echo Councilmember Navarro. I'm grateful that the mayor had you guys go and look at the vehicles, and I thank the committee for meeting and making that decision, and thank the mayor for requesting that committee. So.
I think it was waste time patting everybody on the back. You guys, I'm glad everybody had input in it,
They did.
and I'm glad everybody, you know, they all had a part in the decision, and I'm sure, I don't know what it was like when they all sat down, but I think when they all took a look at it, and if they sincerely made the right decision for the right reason, then I believe it's a good decision.
Well, I'll let you know. It was a very professional committee meeting. Everybody came in with an open mind. Obviously, they came in with personal opinions, but that's to be expected. And everyone was heard, and a lot of frank discussion was had on what our needs are, what we can afford, and what works best for us. And this is the conclusion we came to.
I think it's the right decision, Chief, and one of the reasons I think so is we're going to have to build a new public safety facility somewhere. I mean, going west and south
Yep.
in the near future.
Yes.
And we're going to have to get a new truck.
Yes, we will.
But this will get us to that point in time.
It will.
And so the other one may not get us to both of them, but this one will get us.
This one will get us there. Yes.
So that was my concern, was making it that far with what we have. And I think with that and with some of these, if they're good vehicles, if they can be fixed, we can move forward with getting the fire department where we need to be and getting the employees we need to get it going. So anyway, I think we're on this particular subject right now, the truck. Is there any more discussion? Is anybody? If not, then I need a motion to act.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion to approve item 19 as read.
Second.
Okay, there's a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Finally, the ayes have it.
Thank you.
All righty. Then we move into a report from the mayor, council, and city manager. We'll start down here with you, Tina.
I don't have anything new and exciting to add, bring forward. Just appreciate the support we're getting from our first responders. You guys are killing it. That's all I got.
Okay, thank you. Ben?
Nothing new for me, really. A lot of crazy going out there right now. You see what's going on in Chicago and Seattle and everything. This is one of the good times to actually be in a town like this. Everybody knows everybody. I'd like to think that everybody can be responsible for themselves. Most everybody's an adult here. You got to look out for yourself, but you also have to look out for your neighbors. I think as long as we keep doing that, we'll be okay. This is like everything else. It'll go by the wayside eventually. It's just a little ugly right now. But I think I'm really glad to be in Coolidge right now, and I'm glad I'm not in some of these other places where people have absolutely lost their minds. So that's all I have.
Thank you, sir. Vice Mayor?
I agree with that. But I, too, would like to thank all city staff and especially the fire department and the police department for the jobs that they are doing. And that's all I have.
Thank you. Well, Norma, you're the city manager.
I am. At this time, I don't have anything. I don't know if, I hate to put him on the spot, but if Community Services Director Ricky Lapire would like to come out and maybe come up and talk about the 4th of July event, because we won't meet again until after the 4th of July, but just sort of, so.
You're not putting Mr. LaPaglia on the
I
spot. He likes to
am.
make speeches.
Sorry, Ricky.
You're going to have a problem setting him down.
No, he's good.
I talked to Norma like 6 times a day. She didn't tell me I was coming up to do this. So yeah, our 4th of July is going to look quite a bit different than what it normally does. We won't be having the large gatherings that we normally have at the pool or at the park. We normally get well over 300 people at the pool, and since we're limiting capacity, we didn't feel it was a good idea to have the open swim at the pool and have to turn away well over 200 people. And the park, you know, obviously was a huge gathering for us. So that will not happen as well. The parking lots at the park will be open for people to drive in and view the fireworks that'll start at 8:30. So all the normal 4th of July events will not happen. However, the fireworks will go off at 8:30 and last approximately 25-30 minutes. I think that's it.
As far as I know, Ricky, we're the only one around doing the fireworks, aren't we? I know.
I know of a couple cities that have canceled, yeah, in our area. Florence did cancel theirs for sure. I know, up towards Tucson, Oro Valley, Catalina, those areas, I believe they're not doing theirs given their situation that's going on. But we still plan. We cleared the field this morning actually for the fireworks crew. We'll give it another pass over probably the day before, probably the Thursday before that Saturday, to clear out any other weeds in the area. Fire department's always on standby, and we plan on going forward with our show.
All right,
That's
thank you,
it.
sir.
I'll walk away unless there's anything else, Norma. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Ricky. Okay. Dennis, do you have anything?
Really?
Yeah?
No, I'm good, Mr. Mayor.
All right, thank you. And I don't have much at all. We've been attending meetings as always, and been a lot of meetings, and we will have something out probably tomorrow regarding the mask policy or the proclamation regarding the governor really did us a big favor
Boy, didn't he?
with his mask proclamation. So I expect to have something out tomorrow on that. So when we get that completed and get it out and ready to go, I've noticed a few things in it already that need a little tweaking, and once we get that done, it'll be out, be published on the city website. So in saying that, I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, there's motion second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We're adjourned. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you coming.
Yeah.